Guys, I think we're still on cloud nine that Trump was finally sworn back in as president of the United States. And as I've already done a video on some of the highlights from his speech and some of the executive orders that he did, I want to look at some of the more candid moments from the day, as well as some of the more questionable moments. Let's get into it. Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. I appreciate you being here. Do me a couple favors, hit the thumbs up button, become a subscriber if you're not already, and turn on your notifications so that you never miss out on a conversation like the one we're about to have. So as we saw just a couple of days ago, Trump is back in the White House. He gave a great speech. He reminded us all of the absolute failure that the last administration has been, all while everybody from the last administration had to sit behind him, having to listen to him lay out the insanity that they have put us through in the last 4 years. From open borders to an administration that has repeatedly ignored the suffering of its own people as we face fires and hurricanes and crime and threats of all kind, while they've given our money to everybody but us, namely illegal immigrants and Ukraine. We haven't even been able to define what men and women are, and the entire country has been laughing at us as we put people like Rachel Levine and Sam Britton at the forefront of our country. I think it's safe to say that we all feel like this massive weight has been lifted off of our shoulders, and we're feeling more hope now than we have in a long time. If you do feel that relief, hit the subscribe button. All in all, it was a historic event to witness, even watching from the comfort of our own homes. The energy was there and a sense of hope was renewed. But aside from the inspiring words and the work that Trump and his team are already doing to start picking up after the Biden administration has left everything in shambles, the day of the inauguration had several moments that I would love to draw attention to so that we can perhaps return to this content in the future and treasure every little snippet, as it marks the day where we knew without a doubt that our country could bounce back from even our greatest challenges. The clip that everybody loved from this event was when Carrie Underwood went to sing America the Beautiful and the backing track wasn't working. For anyone that's had to sing anything a cappella, it can be very intimidating. But of course, Carrie is a pro and she was totally unfazed by this little hiccup.
You know the words, help me out here. Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of gray, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
People were saying that maybe a disgruntled left-wing activist snuck back there and sabotaged the music, but who knows? Ultimately, how we handle these moments when things don't go according to plan, that's the most important thing. She'll be remembered for moving forward with grace and class and not letting it set her back. She did an absolutely beautiful job, and she was the perfect person to have sing America the Beautiful. There were a lot of famous singers to choose from, but seeing as a lot of them hate this country and wanted to vote to continue to demolish it, it would have been contradictory to have them sing such a pro-America song. Next, we got to see more of Barron Trump than we probably ever have. And I have to say, I love how much that we don't know about him. He's barely 18 years old, so that means he was like 10 years old when Trump first took the presidency and became someone who was in the global news cycle countless times per day. And he's had to watch his dad take both figurative and actual bullets from people who want nothing more than for him to cease to exist, and has had to watch his father endure the most egregious attacks on every level for years. Nonstop. I love how both President Trump and Melania have kept him out of the public eye. They've not exploited their son for money, as some families tend to do. Have been able to raise this kid that's respectful, confident, and who has a great relationship with the rest of his siblings despite the age gap. So this was the first clip that we saw of Barron Trump taking it upon himself to shake hands with both Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and show them respect despite knowing exactly how much they have tried to destroy his father and his family. And I think we can all agree that Joe Biden has absolutely no idea what's going on. But just more on this clip. I know there are exceptions to the rule, but you can tell a lot about a parent by how their kid turns out. And the fact that he shook these people's hands without being prompted by his dad or by anybody else says a lot. Second clip that kind of made me smile was seeing Barron Trump photobomb his sisters as they were getting their pictures taken. It's just such a human moment for all of them, and that's not the kind of family dynamic that you can fake. This last clip is of Trump pointing out Barron in the crowd and explaining how he helped him reach the younger generation. And it's clear that the crowd absolutely loves this kid.
Named Barron. Has anyone ever heard of him? Thank you. He knew the youth vote. You know, we won the youth vote by 36 points. And he was saying, Dad, you got to go out and do this one and that one. And we did a lot of them. And he respects them all. He understood them very well. And he said, Dad, you got to go out, do Joe Rogan, do all these guys. And we did. We did. And Joe Rogan was great. They were all great, right? Barron, they were all good.
He's just so composed for someone that is 18 years old and has seen his family go through quite the ringer over the last few years. So he just seems like a really good kid. Now let's take a look at JD Vance and his family. Now he and his wife had very young children. And I love these moments because every parent saw this and went, yeah, that looks about right.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our new special envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff.
While it may have been Vice President JD Vance's special day on Monday, it was really the rest of his family who stole the show.
Again, these were just very human moments. These kids do not care that their dad was just sworn in as Vice President of the United States. They're wondering when they're going to leave to get their chicken nuggets. I think it's probably safe to say that they get more enjoyment out of a cardboard box than going to events like this. So it just cracked me up. And then there was this very sweet moment between President Trump and his beautiful wife, Melania, and there were a lot of people praising her fashion and just how beautiful she is. I am not an expert on fashion whatsoever, but I can say she looked gorgeous. Love it, and I love the lip syncing that was going on there as well. And there were a couple of moments with Elon Musk. This one in particular was when he heard President Trump say that they were going to put an American flag on Mars. I feel like this could be made into a meme where we're like, everybody has that one friend. Then, of course, there was the moment when Elon Musk made this gesture with his arm where he was giving his heart to the crowd. And that sent the media into a frenzy as they are actively still trying to brainwash their base into believing that the right believes in schmazzies. And so, of course, their mindless base is going to believe the narrative that this was a schmazzi salute.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you. My heart goes out to you. It is thanks to you.
Now, anybody with a brain knows that that was not a salute for Schmittler at all. I mean, if you have ever seen that salute, you know that it doesn't look anything like that. And if Schmittler had ever done that where he was giving his heart to the crowd, he would never have been taken seriously. But unhinged leftists are going to do what they do and believe what they want because they're struggling so hard with the idea of living in a country where we can actually define men and women, where we aren't obsessed with sexuality and race, and where they have to earn things based on their effort. So they're going to cling to whatever win that they can get, even if it's completely made up in their heads. And speaking of unhinged leftists, this last one was a doozy. Now, I want to just look at this clip of this woke priest who decided to hijack the church service and lecture President Trump about what she perceives to be the harmful agenda of his administration.
I make one final plea, Mr. President. Millions have put their trust in you. And as you told the nation yesterday, you have felt the providential hand of a loving God. In the name of our God, I ask you to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families, some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meat packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors.
Isn't it a little racist to say that if you're not from America, that means these people are automatically the ones washing our dishes and cleaning our office buildings? Like, this is why the teachings of DEI and CRT need to go, because it teaches you that if you have a darker skin color, you're automatically reduced to the lowest jobs in society. And if you have a lighter skin color, there's no way that you could be doing these things. And it's your job to apologize for your existence. Secondly, if you are here and you are not a citizen, that means you are here illegally. And doing things that are illegal is the same as committing a crime. And it's completely ridiculous. And as Charlie Kirk put it in this post, he says, Bishop Marian Budde, given a great honor today, a chance to unify America around a Christian message at the dawn of the new administration. Instead, she disgraced herself with a lecture you'd hear on CNN or an episode of The View. What an embarrassment. And I have to agree, if you are attending a church where your church leaders are saying things like this, then you need to find a new church. And the purpose for putting that last one was not to end on a sour note, but to remind us of what we are leaving behind and how much the left has twisted people's minds to call good evil and evil good. And this is when that all gets turned around. You tell me, what were your favorite moments? What did I leave out and what did I miss? Drop it in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit the thumbs up, become a subscriber, keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one.